Niche ideas for quarter one. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about by quarter one, basically the year is divided into 4 different quarters. There are 12 months in the year, so the first quarter represents the first 3 months of the year. So we're talking about January, February, and March. Currently, when I'm recording this video, we're in quarter 4, so now is a great time to be making books and other content ready for quarter 1. Now, quarter 1 is traditionally associated with quite miserable weather. We've just had Christmas. It's cold. Everyone's overeaten. Everyone's spent all their money. But this does open up a lot of potential niches that we can use ourselves to create some content. So in this video, I'm going to be exploring all the different niches that I've thought of. I've brainstormed an awful lot, and in fact, there's far too much to pack into one video. So at the end of this, I am going to be giving you a little gift which has got over 100 different title ideas that you can use. I have literally brainstormed everything, and you can use these for your own sort of platform to make more niches and so on. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll give you the details of how to get that completely free. We're also going to be looking at a scoring system, which will help you decide whether the title that you choose is going to be a good seller or not. This is using a plug-in program that's called KDP Self-Publishing Titans, and it is a really great tool. I have looked at it in a bit more detail in the past, but basically I've given you a little chart here of how I would like you to score things. Now, don't worry about these figures just yet because you'll understand them a little bit more detail at the moment, but that's just what I will be referencing when I talk about it later on in the video. So to start off with, and to get our main niches that we're actually going to sub-niche into, I started looking at what happens in these months. So I've come up with a few areas. We've got Valentine's Day on the 14th of February. Mother's Day in the UK is traditionally in March. It's still winter. We're going to be heading into Easter. We've got St. Patrick's Day coming up in March. New Year's resolutions. And there's so many more. Again, these are going to be in the little gift package that I have at the end for you. So to give you some ideas, we're going to be looking at each niche and we're going to be narrowing it down so that we've got some good topics to be making content on. So first of all, we need to make sure that the KDP expansion plugins are turned on. So this is the KDP niche research extension. Make sure that's on, and the Amazon search suggestion expander both turned on. I'm going to leave links to where you get these from in the description if you haven't already, and I have made a video of this of how to use these, and I'll put that in the description as well. But let's first of all type in Valentine's Day. And if you leave that for a second or two, it will come up with the normal ones that get looked for. So Valentine's Day, dementia, sketchbooks, etc. So those are the main ones that come up first normally. And then below here, it comes up with some other ones. So these are niches that possibly won't have been used very much. So if we search just for Valentine's Day, now, this is not coming up with a great score. It's only got a score of 22, and really we want that to be over 50. So Valentine's Day on its own is not going to be a good niche for you. So that's why we need to narrow it down. In my spreadsheet, I've come up with some title suggestions that may or may not be good for you, or you can amend them and change them and so on. But for example, Valentine's Day cooked together meals, this is a much, much better score with 44. Now, just as a quick reminder of what we do want it to be, I have just summarized what we want these results to be in this little table here. So for a great score, we would like it to be more than 50. And you're going to have to play around a little bit to find your title ideas that are going to be really good for you. We also want it to have pretty few results between 250 and 1500. We'd really like a bestseller rank average of over 100,000, which shows that it's popular. That's the important thing. Less than 700 reviews. If we've got more, then we're starting to look at more competition. It might just be worth taking a screenshot of this and referring to this when you're doing your niche research. Looking at things that the Amazon suggestions expander has suggested, we could just select something like this and just have a little look and see what the scores are for this. So a colouring book for kids is not a good one. Now, the idea is to try and get the best niche that you can and to play around with it. And let me show you the spreadsheet that I've made for you that I'm giving you free access to. This is a document that you'll be receiving. It's basically some lists of niches, and then I've sub-niched it down and further still. And then I've given you quite a few title ideas. And what you can do is you can add to this as much as you want. You can also add columns as to the score, for example. You could add along here and the bestseller rank so that you can score all your title ideas in one spreadsheet, and you'll be able to visually see which one's going to work for you, or two or three, however many you want to make. I've given you over 100 ideas here that you can use. And as you can see, some of them have got really good scores. So a score of 51 is pretty decent. It means it's going to make some money. There's only 245 competitors, and most of those will not be relevant to actually the history of St. Valentine's. So if someone wanted to know about it, a lot of them are going to come up with the Valentine's Day massacres, for example. This is completely different, just someone called Valentine. So these, and when it says 245 competitors, that does sound like a lot, but actually not of them. A lot of them will be competing against your own topic. So a lot of these title ideas that I've come up with do have a pretty good score. Some of them won't, but some of them will just have good ideas, and I haven't score tested every single one. But there's certainly a lot in there to get your creative juices flowing and hopefully find your own niche. So with some of these niches, like New Year's resolutions, for example, you've got loads of extra things that might be happening. So you need to be thinking about outside of the box a little bit, thinking about what people actually make to be their New Year's resolution. And those are the books that they'll be buying on. So for example, stopping smoking. Even if it's not going to come up with some suggestions for you, I have still come up with quite a few ideas for you. But you can have a little look anyway about what is most likely to work. Now, you can see here that a lot of them are quite simple, plain books. They aren't massively detailed. So it's a good idea to have a look on here and see what cover designs you might like to be making. A guidance book might be a good one that you can do on Kindle as well. And you can offer those for zero amount of money, but you will still get paid via the Kindle program. And that's all based on how much people read. So guides are always good books to make, because even if they don't sell, people can still download them for free if they've got Kindle Unlimited, for example, and you can still make money from them. Another one that people might want to be looking at in more detail and will probably spend money on is weight loss. Whereas there's going to be absolutely loads of books for these sorts of things. So you really do have to niche down. And if you keep niching down, you'll find that you're getting better and better scores, and also fewer results. So if you were to call it something like weight loss hints and tips for menopausal women, there's only 2 results for this. So there's not a lot of competition, but there will be an awful lot of menopausal women that are wanting to lose weight. So it's worth thinking about, even whether it's a good score or not. If you've got something with really low competition, but a pretty decent bestseller rank, it means it's popular. So it's worth giving those books a go. Now, as I said earlier, in the UK, you've got Mother's Day, so that is a really important niche. Mothers are notoriously difficult to buy presents for, but something like this, spending more time together, mum, would be a popular book. And it's actually the best score I've ever got is 78. That is an amazingly good score. Remember, anything over 50 is good. So this would be a great title for your book. What I'm envisaging for this sort of book would be like hobbies that we can spend time together doing, like cooking together and so on. So it would just basically be a list of ideas of things that we can do as mum and daughter. That would be a lovely gift to get for any parent. Now, if when you're doing your research, you come up with a really good idea, please don't be discouraged if it doesn't get the score that you want. If you think that's going to be a great book, then do it. But just make sure you do it better than everybody else. Don't be discouraged if your name isn't working, but try out with different names. So this one's coming up, that Make Your Own Beauty Products book would be a better title than Beauty in My Kitchen. Now, as promised, I have the free gift for you, which is a spreadsheet which has got over 100 different title ideas for you. All you need to do to get this is copy and paste the link that I've put in the description into the search bar. That will take you to this page on Gumroad, and you just need to put in this box here, 0, and press you want this. Now, like I said, it is completely free, but I would ask that if you are enjoying the video and you have downloaded this spreadsheet, then do give me a like and a subscribe on my channel. So all you need to do next is put in your email address and press get. I promise I won't be spamming anybody. That's not my thing at all. I just do the YouTube videos and I just really want to help. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.